Hello. So, I'm doing one of these with the microphone now, just because this is a pretty esoteric one, and it's also on the Funny main channel because I feel it apt to showcase it there sometime, and since I need to use mic for this anyway, I might as well. So I realized that the order of operations on the jump pause was wrong before. Previously I had it so that when you pressed jump, the first frame, this one, that's when you stopped moving. But in La Mulana, that's actually not how that works. So now you can see that I just moved 3 pixels when I started the jump, which it didn't used to do that. I just failed the input, but whatever, cry about it. So yeah, now, if I can pause buffer correctly, the reason I'm doing this with microphone is because there's a lot of pause buffering, and so it's kind of confusing when you watch it without knowing that. So if I can pause buffer this correctly, then there we go, I initiate a jump, and I did move that frame, and then I don't move at all that frame. It kind of looks like I moved because I went from the jump initiation frame to this placeholder aerial frame, but that is, my coordinates did not change. So yeah, then you jump. I was about to be really confused and not okay with what just happened, but no, I just touched the ceiling actually. That's what that was. Okay, now I need to buffer. I guess I wasn't high enough. Single left there. Okay. Now there's a glitch in La Mulana called an edge neutral, where because you move on the frame that you press jump, and if you hold it, it initiates a jump properly. You can walk off of a ledge on that frame, and then do a neutral jump to just go upwards. Now before you have the feather, which allows you to double jump, that's a way that you can ascend when, say there was open space, there's just this one tile, and then above that is open space, but there's no wall here, so you can't just run into the wall and have that help you turn around. You can do an edge neutral to ascend anyway. Because of the changes I made to how jumps are initiated and executed, I actually made raindropping more accurate to La Mulana. So now, previously when you did a 2-frame jump, which I just started here, during while you're in a raindrop state, which I currently am, it would push you down 20 pixels on the same frame. Now it pushes you down once, and then again. This is because I have it so that it pushes you down the first time if it detects that you let go of the jump button on this frame, and then it sets your vertical speed to -1.35. That's 1.35 pixels per frame moving upwards, and then gravity kind of lowers that speed, and once it's lowered enough so that it's 0 or greater, then it does the next 10 pixels. So it's in 2 stages now, and if you're familiar with La Mulana Remake, that is, you'll know that that's how the frame perfect raindrop works there as well. This kind of just manifested. I wasn't really trying to do that. Same with a lot of these actually, but then I was like, oh wait, this probably works like that now. Another thing is that you can do the backwards jumps, the backwards directional jumps now, because the order of operations has changed such that sorry, my cursor on the screen. it just detects what jump you're doing a little differently. So now the backwards jumps from La Mulana are in this. And one last thing is that because of the changes I made, you can actually jump out of that state. Before, you couldn't jump out of it, so it was a little useless actually. But now you can. So, if there are any places like this in Temple of Nowhere, which allow you to up-zip, which, I mean, I don't know yet, and it's like beneficial in some way, then you can make use of that as a speedrun strat. So that is cool and all. I think I forgot to showcase raindrops last time as well. So one change I made is that instead of like sending you all the way up to open space and then the screen transition kind of takes you from this open space down here, I made it so that it just does a check where if you are far enough to initiate a screen transition, then you'll just go to your destination instead of like having the weird movement in between frames, because it just didn't look very good, you know? Wasn't a fan of it. Yeah, that's about all to cover for now. At least for new stuff. So if you're only interested in the differences between this and the last little update thing, then feel free to head out. Although, it should be noted, you might have noticed already, there's new tail movement in the walking animation, which before I only had, that frame, this tail frame, which sort of looks like, I don't know, it doesn't look very clear what I'm doing. It kind of looks like there's a duplicate of the top pixel. But it's actually like, I did draw it slightly different. It's just that the arm covers it up such that you can't really tell. And it looked a little weird without this new downward one. But now that that's in, I think the tail movement looks a lot clearer. Anyway, yeah, that's all for new stuff. For anyone who hasn't heard of this and is watching this from my funny main channel, yeah, I've been working on a little project for some time. And I'm not gonna go over a lot. It's La Mulana inspired, of course. I've recreated its controls to the extent where I just rambled a couple minutes ago about how its bugged backwards jumps are now possible, and that's like a triumph for me. But yeah, I've been working on this. If you want to know more, I'll put a funny link in my description to a playlist of little videos I've recorded of me showing developments in this little engine thing. That's all. I'm not gonna like over explain the whole thing. Yeah. So see ya, I guess.